So you saw that I've been putting the finish on the island top. So what we decided to go with was Minwax. It is a water-based polyurethane, and it is a matte finish. We didn't want something that was like high gloss, so this is matte. So I did the underside. I actually did 6 coats on it because it just needed it, and the top will probably have like 7. The problem that I'm having is the top is feeling like a little bit grainy, not a lot, but just enough to notice, whereas the bottom is just like smooth as butter. I'm trying not to get hung up on it, and I'm just hoping that as I sand in between coats and then as the polyacrylic builds, I'm hoping that it will feel smoother. I just want to do a really good job. I want it to be something that I'm proud of and that feels really nice and smooth, and the bottom is just like buttery and the top is just kind of like sandy, grainy feeling. So right now what I'm just doing, I'll flip around and show you. So right now I am just sanding with the grain, and then I will come back and I will wipe that clean with a damp cloth, make sure it's totally dry, and then I'll come back with my next coat. So this will actually be my 3rd coat of polyacrylic on the top. I still got to sand this portion here before I do that. All right, well, another day, another hat. I have just realized that I'm just over here every day at some point, and I'm working, and something had to go, and so it has just been like my hair and makeup. I just don't even worry about makeup right now. I had been washing my hair like twice a week, usually towards the beginning of the week and then towards the end, and that's just kind of how I feel best. That first wash of the week has disappeared the past couple of weeks, and I just kind of wash it so it's nice for the weekend and nice for church. And then pretty much every day I look like this because something had to give, and that's what it was. So I mentioned that the island top, I was working on it and putting coats on the top portion, and I was worried about it being gritty. I'm getting ready to put coat number 6 on the top, and it's not quite, as I'm feeling, it's not quite to the level of the bottom, but it's much, much improved over what it was. So now all I'm doing is just like barely a scuff sand between each coat. Let's see, I've done coat number 5. This is getting ready to be 6. And then later on today, I'll do 7. And then that's all I was planning on doing. That's also all I think I have material for. I'm pretty sure I will empty the can at that point. So I'm hoping that 7 coats will be enough. It sounds silly to say that, but we just really want to make sure that we protect it well. So I'm gonna do coat number 6 here. And I also want to show you a few other things that we've done this week. Okay, I've just turned the fan on high so that it can be drying the tabletop, so you might hear the fan. But one thing that I did this week was I painted the front of the island. Well, I guess the back of the island, depending on which way you think about it. The side of the island that you'll stand on to wash dishes. So let me spin around and show you. So this is 2 coats of primer and 1 coat of paint. I did take the cabinet doors off so I can paint them. And then I'm pretty sure I mentioned that because the sink is going to be over here, we could actually make this a functioning drawer. So he's not finished with it yet. He's going to build the sides up taller so that I can actually put more things in it. This will probably be where I put linens and dish towels. But yeah, so that got finished. Also, the little coffee bar got finished this week. So I did end up deciding to go ahead and paint this the same color, and I'm glad that I did. I think that it looks good all being one color like that. And then he ended up putting trim around the bottom. So I put the hardware on and all that's done. So the next step here is my dad is going to help me hang some shelving up here on the wall. So anyway, that's kind of where we are now. Just more finishing touches. I'm gonna go home now and have lunch, and probably while I'm there I'm gonna try to box up just a couple of things because moving day is quickly approaching and it just feels like there's little things that need to be done every day. So I'm gonna head home and do that. All right, it is much later, as you can probably tell. I got 7 coats on the top of the island. It's not quite as like buttery soft as the under layer, but it feels fine. There are a few little small things that it's like, I'm just having to choose to see them as character at this point because I can't obsess about having it perfect. If you can see behind me, my dad installed the shelves today. I'm very happy with how they look. I can't wait to get them styled and put things on them. Let me turn around, I'll show you. So this is kind of the view. Sorry, I know those lights are kind of like reflecting down on the bottom of the screen, but this is kind of the view. And I wanted to hang them high enough so that if people were walking to sit down, they didn't bump their head on that bottom shelf. But I also wanted to be able to, you know, decently reach what's on top. So I mean, it is a little bit of a stretch, but I can reach up there. So I want these to be functional. I want to actually have dishes on them and use them. So I wanted them to be at a decent height. The other thing that I don't think I mentioned was that we have a leak under the house. Luckily it's not a big deal, or as big of a deal as it could have been, at least. I was going to fill up a watering can, and the spigot is right next to like the scuttle hole, and I could actually hear water with the scuttle hole closed, and I thought that doesn't sound good. And I opened it up and I could see water coming down, and I could see water like in the crawl space. And you know, your mind automatically goes to the worst thing, or at least it does for me. I'm like, you know, the floor is ruined, we're gonna have to rip everything up, turns out it is just like a valve leak, probably, you know, less than $100 fix. So we are gonna get that fixed within the next week, and it's all under the house. So underneath the house, like no damage to subfloor or anything. So that was a big relief. I prayed about that, and the Lord is faithful. So that is kind of where we stand with things right now in this update for the little house. This might be the last little house update before you see like a moving vlog type of thing. We're getting real close, y'all. It's getting down to the wire. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and you guys will have to let me know, you know, what you think, and if you're looking forward to seeing anything. It's coming right along. I can't believe that we are almost to move in, and still a lot to do. Still a lot of packing up, still a lot of condensing, and a couple things we need to sell that are not going to fit in this house. Just all the things. But you guys take care. Thanks for watching. Love you all, and I will see you in the next one.